All right. Hi guys, I'm back. No idea if anything. So, all right, where do I find the actual beta launch? Let's see if I do it through Epic Games Launcher or not, or if I need to find it in a install, or not install folder somewhere or other. Let's find out. All right. Harder doing this with the dev write-in channel. I like the game. Here's do you want my feedback? You've been listening to my feedback. Do you want me to say it for my channel? Because I get asked this a lot. Happy to talk through like kind of my experiences after the first playthrough for both chat and or. All right. I'm worried that there's a ton of bells and whistles in there, and it's a really cool feeling. The combination of kind of like CK2 with like Civ, like that kind of elements. Like those elements seem like they'll go really well together, especially in single player. My biggest concern at the moment is that a lot of my decisions didn't seem to matter. So I'm concerned that there's a lot of bells and whistles and there's a lot of things I can synergize, and I'm about to in the next playthrough go through and aggressively try to synergize some of the things like, you know, stacking combat build bonuses, etc. Right? But for me in that playthrough, as my second game ever, the first game only like 20 turns or something, I just beat the hardest AI difficulty. And this is alpha, so I expect this stuff to change, but that's a big issue for me in a single player game. I didn't feel like I made particularly great decisions in game 2. It's still game 2 for me. I'm kind of just beginning to accumulate some knowledge of the game, and it was still like super, super, super easy. AI seemed to do things kind of unpredictably. It attacks me kind of randomly, does weird attacks where it like declares war on me, snipes a worker, then sits in its base forever. And I'm concerned that some of the decisions just don't matter, right? Like if I choose to build culture here or food here, it didn't seem to impact me to make a bad decision versus a good decision. Yeah, I was playing on the hardest difficulty. Yep. So those were my biggest concerns with it right now, were that I'm not convinced yet that my actions matter, and I'm very concerned about the difficulty. All right, so where do I find chat? So I'm looking for... We're not real familiar with so there's the Old World test branch. I have to install it. Okay, we'll do that. Let's try the test branch. Old World's like other 4X games. I actually found it a nice, I found the family thing really fun. That's like a little bit of the EU4 kind of managing your estates while simultaneously, I liked the story stuff with the CK stuff. I like having, you know, a family that you, both a family and a lineage. Both those are really nice additions to the 4X stuff. It makes it really fun to have that. I love city governors. City governors are much more interesting than the basic Civ stuff where there's like no city governors. That's a huge plus in my mind for this, if we can get the balance right on it. I'm not too good of a player though. That's definitely not it, soft baguette. Like just starting that game, like just learning it, there's no way that I'm a good player of the game yet, right? We'll see, watch the improvements between last game and this game we're about to play in terms of the min-maxing, because it's just going to be different, right? All right, chat. I'm finishing installing the test branch. Sorry, I didn't realize that was a thing. We're at 80% install right now, so it should be just up in a second. And we will check out the test branch of Old World now. So I know you're just seeing a black screen with little tiny filthy in the corner, but we'll get that going in a moment. It's more typical to hear the game was too hard. Maybe I got some dud AI in my game or something. Was there something specifically able to abuse? So the combat's really snowbally right now. Because there's no counterattack damage, I had a portion of the game where the AI was pushing me around, and it was basically because I didn't have enough pre-built units so that I could attack on my turn, and it was just overwhelming me with attacks on its turn and killing my units without me doing any damage in return. But it seemed to be once I had like a basic number of units, like 5 to 7 units, I could just snowball. I could just walk over what the AI was doing and with those units. And like eventually they'd bleed out a little bit if I pushed deep into lands, but it didn't really feel like either the barbs or the player or the faction AI put up any sort of fight once I had even a basic amount of army. We'll see. I'm going to try it again. As I said, that was our first full playthrough. We're going to find out what the next round is. I didn't really know that there was stacking, how do I say this? I like the fact that different units train for different resources. That's super cool. But I didn't know that was a thing I could stack for military training. So I was only creating military units via rushing them. And that worked, although it was a limited resource. But I think we can do better with what we're doing this turn. All right, I need a couple things here. Let's turn down. You guys getting volume? Good. Let's turn down the audio. Audio currently, I like the music just fine, but the thing is it mutes it on my VODs if I upload it right now, so I can't have the music going for this. We're gonna check out a new game. I wanted to look through some of the options, see if we can make a bit more informed. Yeah, man, the game is super sweet. In terms of like the systems are fun. Like I enjoyed, and I haven't enjoyed Civ in a long time, right? Like I stopped playing Civ years ago from burnout from playing way too much of it. And this was a Civ-like game in a sense. Like it looks a lot like it. And I was worried it was going to be very much like it, but it's not. It plays like a much more fun version of Civ to me right now, with a lot of extra things that are cool to do, governors and families and your lineage, and that all that's great. But I'm worried that my decisions didn't matter because it's just everything. I win with any set of decisions that I make right now, and that seems really unpleasant. Like I shouldn't be winning with bad decisions. I should be losing with bad decisions. That's the fun of min-maxing something, is you take the optimal or the better path and you decline the worst path and you get a better outcome from that. And right now, like it just felt like whatever I did in the last game, it didn't matter. I was just gonna win anyways. So we're gonna try again. This time we're gonna try really. I want to see how far we can push min-maxing decision making here for this. Has Filthy played Civ 5 before? Good question. All right, let's try a different faction. So I found Egypt to be very strong. The extra orders off of the early slave doctrine was just insane, right? Like having that many orders throughout the entire game was incredible. So we're gonna try something a little bit different from that, but I'm not quite sure what it's going to be yet. So let's take a minute and read through the various starts here. Maybe it was the Egypt faction, possibly. All right, what are we starting with? Unique units. I want to read the family bonuses. So there's a lot. Do we want to read through all of them, chat, or do we want to? Should there be a couple I focus on for this? Tutorial level. Do I have to set the? No. We're gonna play on hardest again. Do I have to set the difficulty now? Maybe I do. No, I don't. Do that later, I guess. Good morning, Nobu. Read them all? Okay. All right, so let's start with Assyria then. What are Assyrian bonuses? They have a battering ram, which is basically immune to range, starts with assault. The siege engine, those are both siege engines, starting with trapping, administration, and garrison. Unlocks garrison. Tyranny, Constitution. I don't remember what garrison is. I love the tooltips nesting, by the way. This is an amazing feature for a game with this many systems in it. Being able to look at what your things do is so good. So that enables the governor. So we start with the ability to build a garrison and get a governor going immediately. Guys, careful not to chase devs out of channels when they come in with this with like too much unsolicited feedback. Anyways, let's see. So family cities, 50% defense, 2 per year. All units start with steadfast, which is good versus barbarians. Family seat. Okay, so the family seat is the founding. It's the founding city of that family type. It's giving us 25% of this and 400 on seat founding. Okay. This seems like pretty standard military bonuses for us here. What is this? Oh, there's multiple military families in this faction. Neat. All right, family cities 2 per year. Camps and nets 100% output. That's good for growth. Range units start with sniping. Don't know what sniping is, but this tool says 20% damage. Nice. Unlocks hunt. I don't know what the hunt project is. Gives us food and culture, but not growth. So it's kind of like a worse festival. Iron, wood, and ore on stone on founding. Range just starting with sniping is pretty good. Okay. It's other cities. This one gives family cities +2. I don't know what is this resource called? Civics. 2 civics per year. +10 per culture event, 10 orders. It's going to be weird when I have random burst amounts of orders. Can hurry production with money in the family seat. And 1 culture level on seat founded +1 culture level. Okay. And then what were these guys? The clerics. 2 civics and -2 on happiness, -50% disciple train time. The seat has output on these. These were not very impactful. Like on an individual level, each monastery and temple having only 20% output in this city is like a non-bonus. On a seat found a religion. Okay. So we could get a religion again. So religion was kind of weird. It gave me a lot of events, but it didn't actually it didn't seem to have a ton of impact that I could tell. Yeah. All right. So let me start making a list if we're choosing a faction here. You know what I'll throw up as well while we're doing this? I'll put a poll up for you guys if you want, and you can vote while we're doing this. I'm going to let it be vote for as many as you want. All right. And they're going to be, what is it? Assyria, Babylonia, Carthage, Greece. We did Egypt. We're not doing them again right now. Persia, Rome. Okay. And I'm just going to move that poll over. Get it out of the way for now. Oops, not that one. The fuck did I just move? Go back. There we go. All right. I didn't set it up so you... I may have not set it up so you can vote for as many as you want. RIP. It may just be the first one you vote for. Be aware. Okay, but... let's go through the rest of the bonuses. All right, so Babylonia starts with these. So this is their, I think it's 2 level 1 techs and 1 level 2 tech, I think is what everyone's starting with. So they got, so Assyria, oh, that's right, they're going to take notes. Assyria started us with governors. I think governors early aren't that important since you don't have, a lot of the governor bonuses seem to scale based on number of improvements and number of culture levels. So that doesn't seem amazing, but the 20% range units seems disgusting. Vote blocks information. Well, I can move it over further. That's fine. I'm literally reading the information out loud as I go through it. It's not like you're going to be reading it on screen when I'm not, so it probably doesn't matter, but I can move it over. It's fine. All right. Looking at Babylonia. Okay, unlock slinger. So they're unique units. They have an archer, ranged infantry, HP 20, movement 20, range 3, strength 6, has zone of control, ignores zone of control, consumes 2 wood, upgrades to Sumerian archer, requires stronghold. Stronghold's late, right? It's not the one the governor building grants us, right? That's a garrison. So a late archer and an archer upgrade. I don't know what makes these good. They might be plus range. This is 3 range, 4 range, and then it's combat strength 6, which is quite high, and combat strength 8, which is very high. Maybe they're just like better archers in the late game, but it doesn't seem incredible. Starting with rhetoric. Unlocks the forum project, unlocks new laws. Which laws? Oh, we can get the law of 10 culture per unit kill, which I thought was good, especially when you're fighting the barbs early. And the exploration law, movement bonus along river for scouts move on water. Okay. And it kind of moves towards, gets you kind of on the way towards composite bow tech, so you could get early bow tech. Meh. I mean... So chat, Mohawk Games was saying that their feedback they get right now is the game is too hard. Who's giving them feedback? Like maybe we had some like really dumb AIs or something. Because this did not seem too hard when we played it. It seemed very much the opposite. All right, let's take a look at Carthage. Oh, I didn't look at the family bonuses. Shit, let's look at the family bonuses. That's actually pretty important. Okay, camps and nets, 100% output. All new ranged units start with wait. They also start with sniper archers? They also start with hunt. So there might be, it might not be totally unique to each faction, the families then. It may be like a class of family. So this is the hunter military family. Okay. Thank you, Ataxia, for the 15 months. Welcome back. There's 8 total. Okay, they also have snipers then. I'm going to call them the sniper family. I'm going to play a bit more. I had fun with it, even though I'm worried that it's going to be limited fun because it's not going to have a lot of replayability and it's going to be too easy. That's what I'm worried about. Oh, it literally says nations with this family class. Okay. The artisans are mine and lumber output, which is actually pretty good early. When we found the city, family cities have all new siege and ship starts with ingenuity. Doesn't not seem very useful. -1 years to build urban improvements. Okay. Gain a worker on seat founding is very nice. So they have the sniper family and the worker family, both which seem good. Okay. Hey, dire sick fish. Falling into the classic Civ strategy of a small upgraded army doesn't work in this game. Combat was something I'm still a little, I need a little bit more experience with it, but it seems a little sketchy to me right now. No hitting back is a really interesting design decision, but it seemed to lead for really snowbally engagements. All right, what does this do? +2 money per population. Luxuries give us 2 civics. Unlocks caravan. We didn't build a caravan at all last game, so it might be nice to see what that does. What does it do? It says it conducts a trade route, but I don't know what a trade route does. -10 upgrade terms for hamlets, which is money early. I forgot that the hamlets had adjacent theater and bath bonuses. Get a great merchant in court. Okay. Depends how powerful trade route is there. I don't know how good that is. All right. And the Amorite family. Family cities, 2 civics, population, tech, -25% urban specialist cost, unlocks inquiry, 100 beakers on seat founding. Okay. Bonuses are small. Well, that does not seem like a family I pretty much ever want to run right now. Okay, so that's Babylonia. Let's take a look at Carthage. Carthage starts with trapping and divination. Their tier 2 tech is military drill, which gives us a barracks. All right. So we get faster, this is Carthage. This gives us faster military training from barracks and officers. The unique unit are African elephants and turreted elephant. Attack circle at 25%. Like around it? 50% strength in melee combat versus mounted. Starts with route. Can route after combat. Rip. And upgrades to the turreted elephant. Huh. I'm not sure his circle is flank. I don't know what that means. Later on, it loses. I don't know. Okay. Let's take a look at the families. So this is the it was sniper family or barb family. Okay. couple of the units had interesting attack things, like they could attack through units or attack multiple units simultaneously, etc. So it's probably related to that. We just have to figure out what the nomenclature means. Route allows you to attack again if you kill a unit with your first attack. Comes with all cav units. Thanks. Okay, all new units start with sets. So this is the Barb family. They have Barb family. Are the elephants like super strong for their time period? Strength 6 is okay. I don't really know what the numbers mean. I know clearly the higher numbers are stronger, but is 6 twice as strong as 3? Do we know? Does it reduce damage incoming as well as increase damage outgoing? Artisan family again, which is the worker family. Hananid family. This is the trader family. And then the science family. Okay. All right. Not a lot standing out for Carthage for me. Let's take a look at the Greeks. Melee infantry upgrades to Phalagnite. Acquires stronghold, starts with formation. When defending with formation unit adjacent, 20%. Defending's fucking weak in this game. Strong versus mounted. Attacks forward at 25%. Does that mean 2 lines, you think? Okay. I think that's a spearman too. Nice if it said on that, like replaces spearman or something. I'm not sure, Bargwell. That's what I'm thinking, but I'm not entirely certain. That's my take on it too. All right. Starts with ironworking. Starts with stone cutting. The tier 2 is drama, which gives us theaters, which are culture buildings that can hit happiness. Interesting. I didn't know that later on. Stone cutting. No, requires stone cutting leads to ramparts. Okay, this is just the tech placement. Doesn't seem amazing. What do their families do? This is the mounted family. So they have the scout family. I'm not sure I would care about founding a city. I mean, I guess if my first city is a scout city, that's okay. Family cities are always connected, which I actually found kind of bad. It was a little bit okay, but it left me like in positions where I don't have roads to my cities, which is annoying. Immediately getting quarries is a very nice bonus for sure. It also has the worker family. So scout and horse family, the worker family. Don't know this one yet. Family cities, family cities. Family cities. So this gives us orders per culture event, culture per specialist. Can hurry production with money, which is a decent one. Gain a culture level on founding. Patron family, it's kind of neat. And then we have the statesman family. Family cities, +1 order per year. It's very powerful early. +1 civics per family opinion level. I don't know where the family opinion levels are. How many opinion levels are there? Like 100. And they go higher in 100 too. Gain treasury 1. Family seat unlocks decree on feet. And this is 400. Patron. They have some sick families in Greece. 400 civics is amazing early. Like way more valuable than anything else I saw in there for starting resources. Huh. Problem is there's starting techs are, I mean, I guess they stoneworking, like I think this is 2 like tier 1 techs and then a tier 2 tech, I think, for each of the factions. Yeah, I think it's definitely that background sculpt. What I was wondering is how many of those are there? Okay, let's take a look at Persia. Starts with ironworking, starts with trapping, gets husbandry, which I don't even think I ever finished last game. Which gives you bonus card food boost, which is okay early. And lets you improve horses, so you can take their cash. Pelton Cavalry, it's 6. Requires horses. Requires Stronghold. Cataphract Archer. Requires horses, requires Citadel. Ranged mounted horse seems kind of sick. Combat strength 8th, very strong too. All right, what are their families? This is Persia. Okay, Persia gives us, they have the Scout Horse family. I'm gonna call that the Horse Scout family. They have the Sniper family. Which also, improving camps that give us orders early is disgustingly powerful. I don't hate 50 of all those resources on founding. It just doesn't seem like as much as some of the other ones. Iron resource early is kind of rarer, right? Takes a while to get going. They have the Cleric family, which is also, it's the religion family. I didn't find the religious bonuses so powerful. And they have the 400 civic family. So they also have good ones. Don't have the worker family is the only thing. Okay. And then let's take a look at Rome. Starting with unlocks ambassadors early. Seems kind of nice. Start with centralization. What was the... See, that doesn't have one. Who are the people with the 400 civic families? Because that seems just like such a powerful bonus. You can get it's Greece and Persia. Both had that, but neither of them have a card that unlocks a immediate tech. Or immediate law, rather. But it looks like Rome does. So Rome has capitalization, centralization law, beakers and civics right off the bat, or minus 50% unit consumption. You can just toggle that on, basically, if they have that family. I guess I should check if they have the family, which they do. So they do have the 400 civic family, which is interesting. If I looked at the actual civ bonuses when I hovered the leader portraits, I haven't. Fuck. Thanks. All right, let's go. Re-add those to the list. All right. 2 orders per unit killed. Start with the zealot, which means we can rush military. All new units start with focus. Thanks, dude. That was a really, really good pickup that I didn't notice. 2 order per unit killed. And all units focus. All units crit 2. Okay. All right, let's take a look at Babylonia. All cities choose science, 20% growth. And treasury adds 2 culture. Jesus. Two science per year, 20% growth. Treasury plus 2 culture. Okay. Let's look at Carthage. So what were the Egyptian bonuses, by the way? 400 stone and 50% from farms on rivers, 50% from quarry on rivers. Okay. Carthage. New cities, 100 beakers. All cities, 50% gold. Okay. I guess maybe I should hover the shrines and see if they're anything interesting, but I think they're just relatively similar. One per nation. I don't think those are worth listing. We'll figure it out when we get there which ones helps us the most, but they look pretty similar. Okay, this is interesting. So this is Greece. All cities for culture. Minus 25% settlers. Unlocks the Olympics. Which adds military per turn. Kind of slow military per turn though. Okay. Who started with governors? Assyria. What's Assyria's governor do? The starting dude. He's an educated zealot. Okay. So we were up to, that was Greece. Let's look at Persia. 50% harvest production. All cities, pastures plus another 0.5. Minus 25% cost for range units. Those are some decent bonuses. Okay. Not the harvest production. The harvest production I'm pretty sure is entirely garbage, but pastures, half an order. This is minus 25% cost for range unit. Full order per pasture. No, pastures don't give orders. Pastures give gold, I believe. Isn't it? I think. Isn't it camps that give... Maybe it is the other way around. It's elephant camps and some other camp that wasn't horses. I thought horses gave gold. But either way, you're going to get orders, more orders off making pastures, right? I can't remember if it was exactly what they did. Okay, and then had we got the other bonuses for Persia? We had. We were just starting on Rome. So let's look at Rome. Rome's bonus are plus 100% experience for all units during combat. Yawn. Plus 1 fatigue limit. That means they can move further. All cities, 2 military per turn.
You have returned.
Plus 1 fatigue.
Fuego.
Faster experience. Thank you, Fudgenator, for the 16 months. And cities plus 2 military per turn. And Ruthless Schemer is nice early because Schemer allows you to move through their borders to begin with. We're looking at the rest of the Roman bonuses. Starts with an ambassador. It's kind of nice. Roman unique units. We'll get there in a second. Let's finish the family stuff. So we could start with minus unit consumption, or which actually didn't seem very impactful. It seemed pretty easy to spam a couple farms and then get that neutral. All right, so that was the civics family, which I'm pretty much like Craigasming at every time I look at it. And then I don't know what I think about this one. This is the patron family. Then we've got landowners, which we haven't actually seen very many of. This is a Rome-specific family. On seat founding, plus 2 citizens. Minus 50% rural specialist train time. Food staple. Family cities get plus 1 growth, plus 4 food. Family cities get 2 growth per turn. It's insane. We have a growth family. They're not replacements, they're increase, okay. And then we have the Barb city, Barb family. Ah, dude, okay, there's some interesting things here. Game setup option to randomize the families. I'll keep that in mind for later. For now, we're not going to worry about randomizing. It's all brand new to us. I'm a little excited by Rome, quite honestly. Strength 10. What are they available at? 10 is so strong. Strength 7. Acquires stronghold, upgrades to legionary. Okay. So, all right, let me show you my favorites, chat, and then we'll try to get some sense of this. The ranged bonus family seems okay. I think that's not likely to be our primary source of war, though. A, the archers only seemed okay. They didn't seem to scale amazingly well. And B, you kind of need melee. Since the way that if you have archers, your archers get slammed to death and they don't do anything, right? So you kind of need that at least 3 or 4 melee units. So I'm not 100% certain I need that much ranged. It's okay. I kind of would like to take a family that, of the 3 families, the 3 military families, the one is like the archer family, which had some nice bonuses. The archer family bonuses aren't bad. Like if I look at the archer family bonuses, which are these ones here, camp and net output means orders, which is really good. So 100% output on camps is insanely good. All units start with hunt. Sniping is great. Unlocks hunt. I'm not super excited by hunt. Hunt was a unique project, which was culture and food, which doesn't seem great to me. Maybe okay early. Family cities +2 per year is all the military cities have that, so it doesn't seem very relevant. And then on seat founding, this seemed like a weak seat founding bonus to me. Just 50 of each resource seems almost inconsequential. So what we're paying with that one there is we're basically paying for orders off camps and archers 20% damage. That's okay. But I look at this one, I don't really like 50% city defense. City defense seemed almost useless to me. Steadfast I feel is very good. This is the early game is all barbarians and tribes, and this is 25% of all your units created from these cities for that. The family seat, 25% training means you can take that seat and specialize it, which seems actually quite powerful, which isn't what the other one can do. 2 per year is the standard. Unseat founding 400 training is pretty nice too. That means you basically can train whatever you want in the early game for military or rush some stuff. That seems very powerful to me. The third military family is the city connection one, which I don't like very much either. See if I can look at that initially. Looking at that, where is that? I had it on these guys. This is this one. City's always connected. Seems like it'd be an okay bonus until you realize there's no fucking road, which is really annoying. So the growth and minus upkeep is good, but that's whatever. All new units start with Saddleborn. That's definitely a powerful ability if we're using a bunch of horsemen. And after using horsemen in the last game, I think horsemen are actually pretty damn good. Seat founding, gain a scout's okay for your first one if this is your primary city. This is probably my second favorite of the military cities, just looking at those. So I'm okay with this, but I think the barbarian one is just going to be consistently good in the early game, right? So what did I find versus running against the highest AIs last game? I found that city spots that the AIs wanted were pretty much out of my reach. The AI started with way more units than me, way more cities than me, way more production than me, and I can't contest the spots from them. So what I ended up having to do to get any land was killing all the barbarians. And just having 25% bonus for all of my early wars versus barbarian seems pretty strong for all units, regardless of what class they are, regardless of what type of unit they are. So a part of me is kind of like, that's really good. And I want to try a military-focused city, which stacking specialists to really very rapidly be able to produce units from a central location. And the bonus of a percent-based bonus seems really powerful for that. And that's the only one of those families that has that percent-based bonus, right? Yeah. So the Barb family has the percent-based bonus as well as the anti-barbarian building. So that looks like kind of where I want to start from. Yeah, so the tribes count as barbarians, exactly. Or rather, the bonus is versus tribes and barbarians. So I keep saying barbs, but the three factions, the Gauls, the Danes, and the Vandals were all considered part of that too. So that's my first starting location. So that narrows it down. That means it's going to be Rome, or it's going to be Carthage, or it's going to be Assyria. Those are the only ones I think that had the Barb family, right? So of those, what are we interested in? Let me just double check on that, but I'm pretty sure that's true. So Assyria does have it. These guys don't. Carthage does. Persia has the other two, but not that one. And Rome does. Okay. Oh, you're welcome to cast your vote, but we're still deciding. That's my first step of deciding. So if I narrow it down that way, between Assyria, Rome, and Carthage, where does that get us? Do they have a... Don't. So Assyria gives us orders per killback, which gets around one of the biggest confining things early. Hey, Galg. It's a tier 2 sub for 70 months. I haven't seen a 70-month sub yet. Thank you, Galg. For 70 months, man. Oh, the tooltip does show. Good call. Let's mouse the tooltip to see. Families with this faction are Assyria, Carthage, and Rome. Yeah, good call. Okay, so let's take a look at the Assyria bonuses again. 2 orders per unit killed. All units start with 10% crit chance. That's okay. I like starting with the governor. It's a nice bonus. You have to build a garrison. And having the ability to either run tyranny means heavy military units can be paid for. Seems okay. Central ideas are very good. Check leader traits. I'm not so worried about the starting leader traits. We will kill this leader off relatively early, right? But yeah, a lot of charisma, a lot of wisdom, and a zealot, which means we can rush military. The zealot's really nice, though. Because we're starting with a zealot, and we're starting with the faction that when it founds gives us 400, means we can rush a military unit at 1 turn, which is pretty damn powerful. That's a really strong set of starting things. And what do the other ones give us? I don't mind the patron. This means we later can use gold for this. It's okay. And then the religious one. So we're missing a science option or a civics option. Although to some degree the founder religion one is okay. But we don't get a worker and we don't get a scout. Although we could get a religion. Does he need to be governor? I think when the ruler of your nation is that way, everyone in your nation gets that bonus, I believe. Otherwise, you need a governor with that, I think. Okay, so let's take a look then. That's the first. Let's take a look at Carthage, which is our second option. New cities, 100 beakers is disgusting. Like, so good. Beakers are hard to get in this game right now. Especially early. And that's like 10 turns tech early. And a lot of the techs are like all over the place, right? Like it's an entirely different line to be able to like get any benefit out of horses as it is to get any benefit out of elephants, for example. So like getting your techs online is kind of slow in this game. Looking at this, they have the... This is the Science City.
A magnanimous dispensation.
Jesus, DHB.
Finally getting to see an old world playthrough from the beginning.
You're a
Cheers.
crazy bastard, DHB. I'm going to make an emote for you at some point. Do you have an emote you want? I was thinking a not fucking around emote for you. Thank you for the $200 donation. That's a huge donation. Thank you so much, man. I'm glad you're enjoying the old world content. Appreciate it. It sounds legit. All right. I think we're going to get around to a not fucking around emote. I'll ping Tom with that now. Just got to fire up Discord and then get that going. But yeah, because I was thinking about that last night. I'm like, you know, I was in, it's kind of a weird thing, right? I was in Ben Stark's stream a couple weeks ago, and he's got like a money bags emote. When people donate a lot, he has his chat spam money bags. And I'm like, that's kind of cool. And I'm like, I like the acknowledgement of that in a different way. So I kind of like, I want a similar one. So I think we might have a not fucking around emote for this type of stuff. Cheers, man. Thank you so much for the continued support. And that will be a while to come. Don't know what the picture of that would be. Chat, if you think of an icon for that, I kind of wouldn't mind it being more than just like, I don't know what the icon looks like. Anyways, let's not get too derailed on that. But, you know, $200 donation, we can spend a second being derailed. I think that's a massive donation. All right, so we're looking at Carthage. What else do we get from them? The new city founding bonus is huge. Their factions are, they have the faction that I want, the military faction. They have the worker faction, which I think is busted. Like, that's 6 years before you get your first worker.
You have returned.
Extra culture per year is good.
Love
That
the
means the
old
city
world
upgrades
content
faster.
too. Not
Thanks,
as
Rackham.
much as DHB_88 smile.
No, thank you very much for the sub. It's not a comparison between that. So, that's kind of a witty comment. And we wouldn't take, so we take, and this is kind of nice too, because their middle faction, we're not even missing out, because this faction looks like fucking hot trash. So we get 3 sweet factions. We get the science faction. We get the worker faction, and we get the military anti-barb faction. New cities are 100 beakers. Cities 50% gold. How is what's her face? She's cunning. And what's the tech? The tech is military drill. Huh. That's more promising. This is more promising when you start looking at all the things together. I look at these individual bonuses, I'm like, meh. But man, that synergy between the 3 cities, this 3 things here is pretty incredible. Thanks, Cadium. Definitely, that's a meme we can encourage. Sure rule for a long time. Okay. All right. Final option we're considering is Rome. Okay, chat. I gotta say, this is fun right now. What we're doing here, this is the type of gaming that I like to be doing. Like comparing bonuses to like imagine the synergies as those go together throughout the course of your campaign. That's super fun. For me, I love building synergetic things. Like this, just like that's the number one thing I enjoy in gaming is building synergies. All right, what are the other ones here? So they have the sick growth faction, which nobody else has. Even though it says 2 other people have it, nobody else has. I said. Egypt, I'm looking at you. Maybe we did have it as Egypt. They have the Gold Rush family, and then they have the disgustingly great Statesman family, which I'm really excited. I mean, look at this. Every city gives +1 order per year from this family, and every city gives or every level of this gives more. This is probably not that big of a boost, the civics boost, but like Decree was okay. Decree is no, Decree's not okay. It's the seat founding that I liked. What are their other bonuses? Extra experience. Blech. Fucking cares. Extra experience. I'm not even sure promoting is worth it in this game. The fact that it takes me an entire turn and it takes me an order to promote, and that my units don't have defensive stats, like they don't do damage when they're defending, means it's almost entirely useless to promote. And it doesn't heal them. Like, promoting is such a scam in this game. Fatigue limit's real good. I don't know. Are we limited by fatigue in the early game? I feel like we're probably limited by orders in the early game. In the late game, I can just spam march. On the test branch, you could promote after moving. Ah. My commander gets that experience. Promote the survivors after wars. Do you hear what you just told me? What you just told me is that my promotions don't impact the wars I'm fighting in. You're right. The workaround is promote after. So I'm pretty unexcited about promotions. I do really like, I think they have the best families overall, but I think the synergies that we want are coming in out of Carthage. Even though I just clicked on Egypt.
A magnanimous dispensation.
How dare someone have bits donated while I'm watching? Top bits donated, excuse me. DHB with another $250. Making the hype train up to, the scam train up to 600% single-handedly. Thank you, DHB. All right. I think we're doing a Carthage playthrough. Did chat get there? What did chat vote for? Carthage is chat's lowest vote. Oh, man. Oh, man. That's perfect. That's a win-win. That's a fucking win-win. Awesome. Thank you, DHB. Just spoiling me, man. Hashtag not a democracy. Exactly. All right, so we're playing Carthage. I was a little torn until I looked at that and saw that it was chat's least voted for faction. Okay. What will be the first family founded? The science booster early military. Oh, no. The first faction founded will be the worker family. Turn one worker? Oh, turn one worker, dude. And the capital city growing faster. So we give up religion for this. It will probably be worker into military. Okay. Most of the votes came in before you figured out the civ bonuses. Sure. I'm not calling anyone dumb. I'm just saying that I find it amusing that democracy is a meme and becoming more and more of a meme every day in the world. So we've got that going for us too. All right, let's go ahead and grab Carthage. Carthage does not have the statesman family, unfortunately. That is the one downside, from my opinion. Like, I think I would trade this for the statesman. But this is probably, if I look at this, I don't need multiples of these, right? Family seat gives us 25%. City founding for the seat only is 400%. Family cities are only 2 per year and 50% city defense. So I don't need a bunch of these. I could probably get one of these, maybe 2 or 3 of these, and turn them into military production cities, particularly the capital of this, the family seat of this, right? Same with the artisan family. Mines and lumber mills is a great early game bonus that seemed to be entirely pointless late game. -1 years to build urban improvements. That's great. That's just an infrastructure improvement. And starting with the worker seems just like a great initial bonus. So like throwing this down, but I don't need a bunch of these, right? Like the city will grow faster. And if I have like maybe early game, I'm building another one of these. And then mid game, when I'm spamming cities, I can just spam this city. And this city is civics, which that was my biggest limiting resource in all my games, and the entirety of the last game was civics, right? So seat founding 100 thing would probably get this as a third city, and then probably as the bulk of my cities end up being this faction, I think, just for the science per population thing. Yeah. You're spoiled playing Carthage? Yeah. Okay. All right. Pretty sure the USA is the only corporate republic calling itself a democracy. I opened the door for a few seconds of political commentary. Let's close that door again rapidly, but yeah. All right. In we go as Carthage. All right, so I'm going to update stream title. Figure that out. Breaking the game as Carthage. Breaking the game as Carthage. Yeah. All right. Did we? Let me just take a quick look. What was the company of the dev? Are we alone in here, chat? That's what I'm trying to figure out. Let's find out. Oops. Nope. All right. Yeah, no, I'm just making a joke about that, quite honestly. I hate shitting on games with devs that are in there, and I'm not trying to shit on this game. I'm concerned that my decisions don't matter, and that it's going to be too easy versus the AI. But it's alpha, so this shit can change. And I just had a blast. Both last game and this game, setting up the synergies are really fun. Like when decisions matter, and when you have a lot of complicated decisions, that's super fun gaming for me. So, anyways, let's move forward. So we're playing on the Great again. Right, this is harder, right? Yeah. Existing nations start with 3 to 6 cities, +1 fatigue for barbarians. All cities, 6 unhappiness per year. Okay. It's fine. I think the map size was fine last game. Was it small last game? Did we go up to medium? I'm a little worried about the game performance for getting too large. I think we'll take a random script again. Can I make it harder with custom? Maybe. We can at least look at the option. See what custom does for us. Do you think it's going to give me options? Because at the moment, maybe custom is like a placeholder, because I don't actually see where I can mess with custom options. Maybe it changes some of this stuff. It looks like it just is like starting default, and then I can change some stuff. Came back, still setting up. We just went through a total, we went through all of the Civ bonuses to get a sense of what the hell they do, and decided that I think we can break the game the easiest with Carthage. So we're gonna go break the game with Carthage. Carthage bonuses seem uniquely set up for snowballing. Pretty excited about it, actually. All right. So what do you think, chat? Do we stay small map size, or do we go larger? I'm a little worried about the game performance late game. And honestly, the bigger the map, the more likely I am to do an ambition win, right? Since I will get tired of conquering stuff eventually. Medium for science, small, medium. Game dev says medium. Try medium. All right. Okay. You want seaside? Why seaside? DHB.
Our modest fellowship expands.
DHB.
Praise the sub.
Crazy man. All right, let me get the stuff paused.
A renewal. Welcome back.
Some of the other maps can move to weird layouts. All right, we'll do seaside then. Maybe that was part of the issue last time.
A renewal. Welcome back.
DHB with the 100 gifted subs. If you're in my channel and don't have a sub, it's probably on you. DHB is doing his best to make sure every viewer has a sub in my channel. I'm not going to let it go through 100 notifications. It becomes too repetitive, but thank you very much, DHB, again for the continued support this morning. It's been kind of wild. Dodge like 3 of those? Yeah, you got to get better. You got to juke into it, not juke out of it. All right, let's start the game. Okay, I think we're good with this. So recommended seaside medium. We're playing on the Great. Let's see how it goes. Is DHB a sugar daddy? Yes. Yes, he is. It's kind of bad news in one sense, though, right? Because one of the ways I decide if people's comments are worth responding to seriously is by the size of their sub badge. Like, if they have a sub badge, is generally a good, like, basic indicator. Should I pay more attention? And then if they have a larger sub badge, I attach more significance to their comments. So now Now I have to spend that little bit more processing time to figure it out. Are they worth listening to? As ruler of a young nation, you must lead your people to prosperity. Select your settler and establish your capital city. At this time, oh right, okay. Yeah, I think we're gonna I might disable tutorials here. We'll see.
A new subscriber arrives.
That's still
It
going in the
fills you
background.
with
Apparently, we'll keep that
determination.
paused for a few more minutes. Okay. Filthy's wiping his tears with dollar bills. Feels good. Scientific with my attention, man. It's a limited resource. Okay, so we're gonna start with the worker people. So, and we need to figure out where. I thought we a little confused. Do you think this is a wall of mountains that we can't walk over? It might be. Seems to be a disturbing lack of resources over here as well. Turn off tutorial. How do I do that? Gameplay? Replay support requires a large amount of available system memory. Disable for replay. Okay. No unit cycling. Show units recently visible. Let's see what that does. That might have one of the issues with the AI just like running a unit in and out of my borders forever. Okay. Role-playing is fun. What is role-playing? No pop-up help when making narrative choices. No, I want that. Instant movement. That's probably on by now. Fatigue unit. Move to fatigue. Okay. Do I need to restart chat to get the tutorial disabled? Let me just restart just in case. I'm a bit concerned that those options are part of the generation process. And I just want to make sure that we don't have that issue, because I'd like to have those. All right. So Carthage, the Great, medium, seaside, perfect. Okay. Don't need to restart. Well, Twitch delay. Why don't you trust us? Past experience? Okay. All right, so presumably those are on where we wanted them. Yeah, cool. Okay, here we go. Where do we want to go with this? Do have some fresh water, which is good. We're going to need that. Settlement currently includes the cows, which might be horses. They are in fact horses. Certainly don't want to move away. Don't want to move out into the coast. Is the salt blocked off completely? Looks like. So we'll just never get that luxury. Feels a little bad. Don't you get a negative bonus too if you have like unimproved luxuries in your city? I think you might. Generally the tiles right at the base of mountains have really high yields in this game. So I'm just seeing if I can get any closer to any of those. Doesn't really look like it. It might possibly be just right where we are. I don't really, what is this? No, that's just a basic tile, I guess. Re-roll. Why would we re-roll? I think right, either in place or one to the right. One to the right might just be better. It's kind of weird that I don't lose any tiles, but I gain a tile moving one to the right. Lake to the south. I don't know that I need more lake. Maybe. The starting map will suck for iron. Okay. Oh, I lose that tile. No, I don't. I think we're going there. Oh, no hills. Well, do we have no hills? Got one hill. I think quarries are going to be kind of rough, but I think you get bonuses to quarries near the mountains, right? Alright, let's go there and settle. We're going to build our worker city. Which is, which one? This one? This one. Mines and lumber mill output, but we're not going to be able to build any mines. That's kind of rough. Yeah, I don't really want to look for an ideal start though, chat, because it kind of is it doesn't help for proving the point. So the question is this a abnormal start, or is this just a normal start that's not particularly great? And I haven't played enough to answer that question. We can build mines in another city. Okay. All right, let's go ahead and drop the city. Okay. All right. All right, 2 workers. I forgot that you start with the basic workers. We just double our workers, not go from 0 to some. A lot of hills down south. We need to find our next city. There's a city site up there. Workers could or could not grab these. Let's go take a look at our tech tree as well. I'm not super familiar with it still. And I think lumber mills are a little ways off. So this is the one we get for free. Have these. We want forestry for lumber mills pretty early here, I think. We're gonna need farms. Do we have farm? Is farm a tech? Wasn't very impressed with granaries. Maybe we need it when we don't have freshwater bonuses. Do all farms have freshwater bonuses and Egypt has a better freshwater bonus on farms? Or is it only Egyptian farms have freshwater bonuses? All farms freshwater bonus. Okay. What do you think the idea of city spots being fixed? I don't in general like the idea of city spots being fixed because it removes the player decision making, which is a lot of fun of the game like this, is the planning and decision making. I'm curious as to the rationale behind it. Like there's clearly an idea behind it, and maybe it's part of the map generation to make balanced maps in some way. I'm not entirely certain why it is as it is. I've never seen anything quite like it, like with that. So it's kind of a curious mechanic to me yet, even if I'm not totally understanding why yet. All right. All right, let's take a look at which techs were being offered. You can get a warrior in 1 year. That seems like an easy yes. Oh, but we have so much tech because... Is this what it unlocks? This card is slightly different than previous ones. Is this just unlocking warriors? This is what Ironworking is doing? Okay. Quarries are going to be pretty valuable to us, since if I look at the yields on these... Oh, it won't show me quarry yield because I don't have quarry tech yet. It's annoying. So the biggest resource we have here is really lumber mills, and we do get lumber mill bonuses here. Question is, do we need a bunch of wood early? Wood is all of our improvements, right? I think I just want to tech for this. The only other thing I would kind of want to tech for is military. Do we need to grab that first? And quarries. Hamlet is pretty useless, but the free settler is very good. So presumably we actually want to go here, here. How do I reset this? Like I want to remove that. Okay, left click is untarget, I guess. Okay, so I want to go here, here, here. Get me my free settler along the way. Get these going. Gotta get an iron mine out. Do we have the tech for mines? We have camp tech. Can build slingers. Divination. We may not have mine tech. I'm not sure we just maybe start with mine tech or not. Oh, and there's slave labor. Which basically like doubles our orders per turn, which is a huge benefit too. Is that better than forestry? Maybe. So, although we want that bonus, we maybe don't do that quite yet. All right, so untarget that. Let's take a look at this. I wish there was an easier way to reset this, because I don't know why I have so many clicks there. Okay, so we're looking at settler tech. So we're actually fairly close to that. I mean, not really. 12 per turn. So we have 100. So this is 100 of 80. Presumably 40 bleeds over. This says it's progress 100 of 120. Why does it say that? Because that's the science this turn, right? There's not actually progress 100 of 120. It's just bleed over. So we're gonna have 40 over. So we're gonna be 40 of 120. So we have 80 science to make and 12 beakers per turn. So we're not that close, but we're not that far off. Is it better just to hard build a settler to start? It's probably just better to hard build a settler to start and use this for the second and third ones. In which case, do we just go straight for slavery? Are we likely to have this? We're making 20 civics per turn. Oh, I thought I turned the music off. Do I have to do that every game? Damn it. I might have to do that every game. The problem is the music mutes my VODs right now. So I don't mind the music, but it mutes my VODs entirely because it gets copyright claimed. So I can't upload it to YouTube, and I can't use it for VODs, which sucks. Start with a settler half built. Yeah, right? So like probably just expanding to our city spot is probably just going to be better news for us. But if we found the science city early instead of the military city in the second city spot, we could just end up getting that tech basically for free. I don't think we're going to have enough civics anytime soon. What are my available buildings? I can... So festival is not civics payoff, though. We don't have the civics building available. What unlocks that? The civics building. So we want to go back to tech. So it's called... Forum? Referendum? I can't remember what exactly it's called. I'm just going to look through here. Leads to forum. Is it this one? Yeah, it's that one. Is this music back on again? Didn't I just turn the music off? I don't want to mute sound effects, but I want to mute the music because I can't upload any of this to YouTube if I don't mute the music. Well, do a YouTube over-explain. The game has enough replayability. Sound effects are just super loud. Is that what that is? What that's the hum is the sound effect? Because we're in here checking. You hear it here? That's not music. Ambient, you think? Okay. It's not licensed music? Great. Okay, I was just a little worried about that. All right, so tech path wise, trying to make our decision. This is just so powerful. We want to time this at the same time we have the civics to do something. I mean, we could postpone the decision by doing something like interacting with that. It seems like it'd be fairly reasonable. Okay. What happened to the Egypt slave run? We beat it. We don't have this tech, right? Okay. So what are my actions this turn? I'm sitting on 6, and I want to be spending aggressively on the scout moving around. So we probably do want to take the worker there. I'm just trying to decide if we want to chop first. Lush fresh water. Those are both bonuses. We do need a mine. You can mine flat ground, chat, so it's not that bad. It's not as good as hills for sure, but still. Workers can take goodie huts, right? I don't want to mute ambient because muting ambient gets rid of all the sound effects, right? It wasn't like a toggle one or toggle the other, and I want sound effects. All right. And you guys told me the first city site's guaranteed no barbs? What's my action points to go there? 2 to go there. Workers are doing what? Does it fatigue workers to chop? I don't think it does, right? Fatigues them to start. We want to get the ticking timers on that. I could do farms early and replace them later. Feels like freshwater farms are going to be valuable for us. We're quite a ways off from aqueducts, I think, but I do want to check that. Let's just go back into the... This is my unfamiliarity with the tech tree, unfortunately. So let's go take a quick look. Where am I looking at for aqueducts? Let's make sure it's not real early. What does a harbor do, by the way? Spreads borders, sends trade network, costs me wood, gets me gold, HP for idle ships, adjacent nets 40%. We haven't built a water improvement yet. It's interesting. Are we able to found religions without the religious families? Can we build a disciple? I gotta check the build orders. Aqueduct is there at Portcullis. I want to watch the free military cards too, by the way. Free chariot at Spoked Wheel. Should look for early ones just in case. There's a food boost at Husbandry. Settler at Polis. Not sure about that. Prerequisites for founding religions on the religion tab. Okay, we'll check it out in a minute. Thanks. Archer at Ramparts. Also unlocks Spy Master there. Which has some nice yield bonuses. Free boat. Are there barbarian boats? Am I going to be attacked by barbarian boats nonstop if I don't build a boat? Free Great Minister, free Maceman there. War Elephant at Land Consolidation. Never seen any? Okay. Orders boost, how much? Is it a one-time? Is that a one-time order boost? Or a permanent plus 12 orders? Time. Okay, don't care about one-time order boosts. Okay. All right. Did I learn enough to make any decisions here? I want to see what this gives us. This probably has an RNG element to it. If we get a bunch of culture off, or a bunch of civics off this, then we're going to change our tech path. I'm just trying to decide if we have enough actions for the worker to be doing that. I want to scout this way, the warrior up that way. I mean, I could stick the warrior in the city for happiness issues. I'm probably not going to have the AP to move them around very much, but if both my workers are improving, they're probably utilizing 1 to 2 per turn. The scout's utilizing 4 per turn. That's all 6 of mine right now. Although we're supposed to be getting 8 next turn. Just start with less on this turn. No, I already moved with the settler 1. So we will have a couple action points. Maybe the warrior can move around just a little bit. I would like some more scouting information to the north. I'm going to send the scout south. Maybe into here. The fact that I can't just settle this is kind of weird. So like I have to find like another city spot. And the city spots are going to be guarded. So I'm not even sure it's worth sending the scout down that way. And I could spend a turn getting the scout here. So what are we wanting these workers to do? Probably farms right off the bat. But I do need a mine and a quarry as soon as possible. So it's probably quarry tech. And that just leaves us pretty open. It's a 1-turn tech anyways because of where we're at. So we grab quarry tech. It moves us towards forestry. Moves us towards polis. Doesn't move us towards labor force though. That's just so damn good, man. Also adds roads. But that's a decent quarry, right? Do quarries get bonuses off of water, or was that just arid? Adjacent to mountain, adjacent to volcano. Arid. It's lush. We have no arid. These are volcanoes or mountains? Mountains. And what was the difference? Same. So this is all going to be decent quarryland. Including that. That's our hill. Where do we settle the city? I have to leave this tile available for aqueducts. And then once I have aqueducts, I can build baths wherever. So this tile, these are going to be our farm tiles. That's going to be our mine tile. And then quarry tiles up against the mountain, I guess. What do nets do for us? That gives us culture. That's actually really powerful. Thanks for pointing that out. Fish gives us growth. Not so worried about growth with this faction. I don't think they had growth-based bonus or per worker bonuses, per citizen bonuses is what I was looking for. They don't. So I'm not so worried about growth there, but I do care about the luxury stuff. That's also a trade good we can use later too, right? Does this require a tech? We have the tech for that. Okay, that's helpful. So it's 1 to get there and 1 to start netting that. Seems pretty reasonable. And then I want that. Do it with the warrior. I want to know what's in it. We're gonna need farm, and I want just like a billion improvements that need to happen like right this instant. So I don't really want to be spending worker time getting that, unless I can move in, grab it, and then move back and do something. We decided that's the aqueduct tile. That's the mine tile. If I remember correctly, stone was limiting early, and wood was limiting early. So this is probably cut trees, move to there, begin production. Okay, what does that leave me for actions? 3. I guess I can wait next turn to grab that if I want to start getting this here. Is it just 1 to move there? 1 with the scout the wrong direction? Pick up the runes the turn you build a quarry. Like move through it, you think? I don't think you can move through. I think it ends your, takes a full action to move there. I think it is going to be quarry tech though. I want to get some. The wonders were really good last time, and I enjoy building wonders. It's just a fun thing in a game, right? I think we're going stone cutting. Yeah. Video it won't go anywhere, but it informs some of our tech decisions. I think we're going to want to get this the mine going. And the quarry. Quarries are a next turn kind of thing. What are our likely buildings going to be early in here? Lumber is going to be an issue because all of our improvements. Food was an issue early game. We have to get freshwater food down. Maybe this is chop farm here. This is likely the tile I'm going to want to farm on. Don't actually have AP for this. Why? It's 1 to chop. It's 3 to remove. Wait, I have 3. Why doesn't this let me do this? What is the limitation here? Remove the trees is 3. It says. Well, actually, it says build the farm is 3, but I have 3. No, I'm pretty sure it normally lets you auto do that. So cut trees is 1. Oh, I see. Because removing the trees requires you cut them first. Alright. Then let's do that differently. Need that action. Alright, there. Nets. Farm. That's all my actions for this turn. Research is going to be quarry. Alright. Think we're done for the year? Okay. Alright. We need... This gets us closer to... Polis gets us closer to forestry, which is going to be important. I want iron working. for labor force. Is that available? It is. It's the quickest tech too. So we're probably taking that. Okay, we have some actions now because our workers are accounted for. Let's go ahead and grab this. Our expedition comes across a site that looked like the ceremonial capital of some ancient world. An altar centers the court, and 10 thrones sit on either side. Raise the city, we could use the stone. Preserve the site and learn its history. We gain scholar, no longer diplomat. Unlocks inquiry. Inquiry gives us beakers. It's interesting. And culture per year. Can serve as a governor or ambassador. Scholar allows ambassador. Diplomat already allows ambassador or governor. And we gain wisdom, which is nice. That's beakers per turn. That seems pretty good. Or we stepping onto a holy site, make an offering to their gods. Minus 40 food. Becomes pious. Alright, seems like a pretty easy one here. I hope preserve the city doesn't actually change the tile. Hey, Ruck, good morning. Alright. Didn't do anything with a tile. Great. We can't actually use these, right? We don't have ambassador tech. Right. What was our fancy tech as this faction? Fancy tech was this one. Unlocks a barracks. Okay. Alright. It's chose tech already, dude. New warrior. There. So science boost, super welcome. We've got some movement here. 2 in this way. And then 3 of our 4 remaining. I want to scout down here, but I don't think this is going to lead to, I guess I don't know why I don't think it's going to lead to a city site. It just doesn't feel like it's going to lead to a city site. It feels backwards. It feels like it ends like right about there. Yeah, we just had we had the dev in here a minute ago, or one of the devs in here, Rook. We were just chatting about that. Like, I feel like the systems are super fun in this game. I'm worried that they don't currently matter, which is the biggest issue, right? Because it's super fun. We just went through all the civs, build all the synergies. It's a lake. So you think this is inland lake here? So like walking across it, there might be more down this way. Because this is coast here, and this looks like, I mean, that looks like a coastal tile, right? So in other words, if this cuts in on the coast and this is a dead end, I'm gonna be pretty annoyed. I guess it's 2 to go here, 3 to go there. We're not gonna be able to see over the hill. Okay, more down here. Got a bonus there. It's fine. Angier. Idle military unit slinger. What? Oh, you're a slinger. I thought you were a warrior. Makes sense. Okay. And we're still building our settler, which I think is fine to begin with. Inquiry available is pretty nice too. Alright, it's end the turn. Alright, marriage proposal has arrived from the... which family? Do we even have that family yet? Our family wants to marry our family. Oh yeah? Okay, discipline, but we get charisma, so that's 10. These bonuses don't actually... I don't think these are global bonuses until we get them somewhere. It says we're going to gain 10 from that, which I would take in a heartbeat if that's true. But my suspicion is it does say global bonus on that. Dowry gives us 30 iron. We lose some gold. Yeah. We did gain it too. I guess spouse is a global position. Okay. That's what I was wondering. It has to do with the sometimes the marriage things don't do anything, but I guess the spouse to the leader matters. Alright, let's get scouting down here. I need a couple AP left over this way. Barb camp there. Is it also a city site? Are barb camps always on city sites? Like, do I know that's a city site now that I've seen a barb camp, or no? Okay. This is scrub. We can't hide in scrub, so we gotta be a little careful. Okay, didn't feel like particularly efficient scouting there, but I don't really want to use the backup command for scouting. It feels like cheating. Alright. close to ore, good for a military city. I see, because the ore mine actually gives military harvest. Interesting, didn't realize that. Okay. So we finished both of these. Settler out in 1. We're gonna need AP. Gonna need both iron and ore. Okay. We probably have shrines available right now. I'm not sure what unlocks shrines. I think it's the tech we already have. I think it's this tech that unlocks shrines. 2 culture and 10 gold per year for a shrine of whatever the fuck his name is. We need to get ore immediately. So this needs to be... I don't want to take my freshwater tiles for this, but I don't know how any other way to... I don't remember how to get my borders to expand. I have to like take specialists or something horrible. And specialists were super not great. So we probably want to build like a shrine that... I don't know. Chat, if I build... I've never built a docks building, the water building. If I build water building, am I limited in what I do in here? Urban sites also expand borders, so hamlets. Okay. Do I have hamlet tech already? What is hamlet tech? Oh, Polis. Right there. Harbors are built in water? Okay. So if I build a shrine on this site, I'm not blocking any of my buildings that I want to build? I'm not choosing a tech right now, chat. We're still finishing up ironworking. Yeah, 1 more year on that. Okay, so 6 AP this turn. We're gonna want... So that's our initial bit of food covered. Gonna need lumber. Gonna need stone. May or may not need iron this early. I don't want to drop a quarry on this site. It's taking up my freshwater fucking tiles. That maybe is our quarry site. We take a shit ton of AP to do that though. And do we care about growth right now? I guess I don't even need to build farms. They're not even that much better than the nets right now. What are our civ bonuses? Where do I see civ bonuses again? Top left is civ bonuses. Thanks. Where? There, Carthage. Okay, golden beakers only. No, one of them had like a net bonus or something. I can't remember. I was worried that one of them had a net bonus maybe. Okay, so the settler's out in 1 year. We're going to go settle that site. We're going to want to take this barbs out in a minute. Our scout is hiding. Need to look at a couple things here. What is our next improvement? So I liked this one. Getting culture seems really good for growing our capital city. The food is kind of whatever from that. I think we get a happiness boost from this as well. Yeah. And a happiness boost this early seems really important. It's going to really restrict how rapidly our negative unhappiness grows, or rather it's going to take a big chunk of that. Improving these for more settlers is okay. But population in this city alone isn't useful until I have something for it. Science per year off rural specialists is somewhat interesting. Costs 20 food, but it's going to be 10 years. That's so long, and it takes civics, which is not reasonable at all. We want to stay away from spending civics right now if we can. Just because we're going to want, as soon as we can, we're going to want the orders for 1 million more orders. You see how limited we are by orders at the start of the game. So where next? I think we got to get a passive source of stone and a passive source of probably just stone for now because we can't get iron. So it's got to be this tile then. Unless I'm willing to spend my... It's cheaper to move this, but it's a kind of short-term thing. I don't really want to take up my freshwater tiles right now. Although this one might be one of the ones just because it's against the mountain. So it really becomes... Do we want to go there? Let me just see the action points to do this. It would be 2 to move there. And then it's another... wait. Another 3... 4. So that would be everything this turn if I do that. Which is maybe okay. Or if I do it there, it's a lot cheaper. And we can start on the shrine this turn. Do levels of culture matter for this? It's going to matter if we get a governor, but we're not very close to a governor. I mean, certainly it helps long term. It impacts some of the wonders and some of the buildings you can build. I'm just not sure it matters enough that I want to invest in it. Was there another shrine that I wanted? How did I do that? I went there and just moved. And that's just a lot. There's also growth there. You guys said growth was part of settler production, right? I'm not sure we're going to be spamming settlers from this city, though, right? Currently at 0 growth, too. Could easily put one of these on to get food and growth. Quarry isn't even that great. No. But we got to get quarries going because we need stone. Stone was a limiting factor early, and it also prevents any sort of wonder acquisition, right? Bonuses from mountain stack. What do you mean? So like 2 mountains is 40% on each? Huh. Do workers take food too? That's a good question. Like, okay, I should look at that because I like this mechanic. This mechanic's super sweet, which is that the building a unit takes different things depending on what unit you're building. So militia, if I wanted to build militia, takes my food as well. Is this all food-based stuff? Is the worker food-based still? Okay, if the worker is growth-based, then absolutely improving growth is going to be super relevant because we want to spam workers. Workers are sick. Okay, so we're going to go here. We're going to build this quarry. I think I might go here and build that instead of the culture. Instead of the culture, I really don't want to give up the culture bonuses. Shrines are 1 per civ, right? Or 1 per culture level, maybe. What were the available shrines? Shrine of Tanit, 5 culture per year. Seems pretty good. Shrine of Eshman, 2 per year. All units start with Herbalist. 1 growth, 2 per year. 1 per nation. 1 of this. Okay, so it's each shrine can only be built once. The number of shrines you can have built is per culture. And cash. Still a lot of cash early. And the next way we get cash is hamlets. And I do remember that being a slight restriction. Alright, I think I do want to get that. But I think I maybe want these first. We're likely going to be building settler. We're going to finish the settler. We're likely going to be building straight into a worker. Which probably does mean growth is super valuable to us. I could build the... Yeah, I think we're just going to do this. Okay. Alright. I mean, the only upside, we have a -1 turn on urban improvements from this faction. It kind of would have been nice to get that going. Alright, I want to keep scouting. I'd love to see more of the city, but it might not be relevant. I'll get more of the city when I clear the barbs. In the meantime, we kind of want the resources. Neighbors, not the Assyrians. That sucks. Humble approach. Friendly, offer to trade. So I don't know. How do I tell what type of culture they are? So it tells me each of these is based on... The impact of each of these is based on the culture they are. Food is not growth. Growth is growth. Chat, tell me about this. How do I know which is which? So, okay, humble approach should offend no one, but cautious cultures might find it suspicious. A friendly approach will do well with extroverted cultures, but aggressive cultures will perceive it as weakness. I think it depends on their founding families. Do I get any of that information? They are cautious. Wait. Assyria, leader. Carthage, they are... Opinion of you, cautious. So humble is not going to be good. I'll try this. Friendly. Okay. So this is probably their territory then. The impact of that their opinion is right on top of each tooltip. Well, let me find that again. The impact is right on top of the tooltip. Is it? Where? Dr. Beth. No, but okay, dude. So you just offer. All right. If you're gonna offer advice, at least try to offer advice relative to the question I'm asking. I understand that there's a 40, a 30, and a 20, but there's a second element of this, right? So if what you're saying is this flavor text is just flavor text and it doesn't impact that, then maybe. But I don't think that is true. I think this is saying future events, right? Could lead to more future events down here in the yellow text. And what I'm trying to figure out is what type of culture are they? Chat. Yes, I understand. I can see the giant plus 40. But read this. Cautious cultures might find it suspicious. The next one says aggressive cultures might perceive this as weakness. And then this one says some cultures might not respond well to our boldness. And then each of them beneath it says could lead to future events. So what I'm trying to get a sense of is what culture is the Assyrians? I would like to make the most informed decision from the tooltip. I would like to be in a position. I want to keep these guys friendly because I don't want to devote resources to early war. So I was wondering if this is this. This is Carthage, which is me, and this is their opinion of Carthage, right? And they are cautious towards us. Now, does that mean they're a cautious culture? In which case, I want to go friendly? The Assyrians have been aggressive in the roles there. Yeah, historically aggressive, but are they currently past cautious? I don't know. I don't know that we know. I mean, I can postpone that decision to give you guys a second. The flavor text there is a hint, but it doesn't mean cautious. The flavor text is a hint. There's no flavor text in that screen, right? Like that screen is just, this is their screen. Zealot, opinion of you, cautious, but doesn't really tell us much. I mean, the Assyrians have been aggressive, right? Can you hover over Assyria on the second tooltip? Maybe? Leader of Assyria. He's the pioneer. He's much stronger. Player Assyria. Assyria. It just tells me what they're doing. He's an educated zealot. Yeah, and it's fine if it's hidden information. I just want to know if it's hidden information. Basically, can I tell from this? Each of these tooltips responds differently based on how their culture is towards us. Is there some way I can tell how their culture is towards us? Is this the key word here? Is the fact that they are currently cautious towards us at whatever rating of cautious is? In which case, friendly is my best bet. You don't believe the game tells me that the culture is aggressive. And that's fine. If it's hidden information and I don't know, that's fine. I'm trying to make sense of the tooltip to see if it's telling me to look at this or if it's telling me there's a hidden modifier based on their culture. Anyways, I'll postpone the decision, give chat a second to catch up, see what we're going to do for this. We have 1 AP left. It's probably going to be my scout. Kind of need another scout, maybe. This mountain range is kind of a pain. Not sure I'm going to be able to get past that mountain range. Hey, Billy. Okay. Alright. I'm going to go with what I initially went with. We'll just go with this. I'm actually going to change. They've been aggressive for me both times, too. So I'm going to go humble. Okay. We have a civilian who hasn't moved, but we're out of actions. It's fine. Okay. Settlers out. Okay, we can get a stone boost of 200 for 10 turns of tech. It's not 10 turns of tech. It's half that. It's 5 turns of tech. I would love to get an ambassador. But I really do want to get to extra actions. I think it's the most powerful thing we can do early game, which is labor force. How close are we? 164 at 18 per. We're still a ways off. We probably get 1 more tech first. We don't even have the option for that. Let's grab the stone boost temporarily. We need the stone for building early. Okay, we have our settler out. Let's go. Can move and settle this turn. Seems great. I don't have a lot of information about what's there. It does feel like probably the further off the coast I am, the better. But there's more settlement spots. Anything else we want to do this turn? You're both building, so that's fine. We haven't decided on what we're doing there. The scout can wait a turn. I would like to scout more, but I need to see my city. Is it 1 to settle? It's at least going to be 1 to settle, right? Yeah. Okay, so we can get 1 more tile here. Okay. If you're on the coast, the cities are connected. Thank you. City connection might be okay. Out of curiosity. Do we have... We don't have husbandry. Those are pigs, apparently. Scrub. So I'll have to back up, but I'm fine with that. I'll make that scouting move again. I forgot about the city connection thing. How big of a deal is the city connection? It's worth... It's worth 2 growth. It's 2 growth and like minus 20% of things. All right, we'll try Founding Coast. Okay, so what we do with that then? We're still gonna take our 1 scouting move. I think I moved it there. Yeah, and then we'll move to... I want that iron though. It's not grabbing the iron on the coast. Especially the next one is gonna be which of our founding cities. It's gonna be one of these 3, right? Military probably is the one it needs to be right now. What's the other one give us? Science upon founding though. It's kind of a big deal too. Two growth and some reduction in upkeep. Tell me again what upkeep is. Like, what is generating upkeep? Like, what do I have to upkeep? Do I upkeep my farms? Which shrines increase border expansion too? Chat, tell me about upkeep. Minus 20% maintenance, not upkeep. Maintenance is what, though? Where do I find a maintenance cost? It's probably somewhere in here. No maintenance cost. Most over the money at the top. Okay. Minus 3.2. This is maintenance then. Right there. And what impacts maintenance? Decreases the amount of a city income generates. Maintenance can be reduced by connecting the city to your capital. Sure. +4 from population, minus 20% from connected. So as my pop goes up, my maintenance goes up. Is it just related only to population? So if I, for example, was rushing citizens repeatedly out of a city to keep its population at like 0, is it going to have 0? Is it going to have almost 0 maintenance cost? Upkeep's not maintenance. Dreaming. Excuse me. And culture level. All right, and chat may not know. It's fine. All right, I'll believe that connecting the cities worth something early. I kind of feel like settling inland in climates like this is better. Like, look how shitty all the tiles are over here. It's all flat, non-freshwater, lush, temperate shit, which doesn't seem very good to me at all. So presumably, what I actually want is stuff like that. I feel like that's probably the tile I want to go to. Maybe that. I really dislike that I'm not getting the iron in this build. But we can see, we can play around with, next, when our workers are available, we'll take a look at which shrines, which urban improvements spread our borders. So we do need to spread our borders in both these cities. I need to get these tiles in this city, all the mountain tiles basically, and this city's going to need to figure out how to do that too. So let's move down here. I'll take the city settle. I'll take the ones, they're both 2 tiles away. Cities have a maintenance of 1 gold tile per distance from the cap. Interesting. Still taking that though. All right, we'll settle this. We have a decision here. Do we want to make... I think the issue with where we want to go here, I would love to settle the science city here. It'd be great, but I think we're going to be forced to settle our military city here. Because I'm pretty certain we're going to need to start producing military units, and our secondary city is not going to be for a while yet. So, okay. Ooh. Okay, got a hill out of there at least. Not a particularly exciting city location. A lot of fucking flat. No, there's no fresh water at all in this city. That's brutal. Can you get fresh water later? Is there some way, or am I permanently locked out of all of the... yeah, it's kind of weird that it got the iron even though it said it wasn't going to. Am I permanently locked out of all of the aqueduct stuff? Like no baths, no aqueducts? Which is probably okay if I don't really care about growth. But anyways, something to think about. Okay, what was this? This was our next tech. Freshwater isn't all of that. I don't think you've ever run a city. We want labor force, right? 4 years. We're not going to be ready in 4 years, though. We're only going to be another 100, and we need 400 for this. So we probably want to take a thing in the meantime, quite possibly Hamlet. Treasury didn't do anything for us, right? So let's take a look. So Polis is the other one I would like, and that is simultaneously unlocking Hamlet and the free settler card, which seems pretty relevant. I do want labor force, but not until I can afford it. So probably we're going to start here. It's a 4-year. Got a barb camp right there, which means another city camp, another city location. I'm not sure I can handle Gauls this early, or whatever they are, Danes this early, but to think about. One action left. We're gonna move the scout. I wonder if I should scout southeast here or try to get more information about between myself and Assyria. All right, found another shiny. Fantastic. All right, production in Carthage. I would love another worker. My biggest concern is we're not actually able to run workers right now. Like, we don't have enough action points to make that a thing. I don't want to build military from here particularly. What were the stats on our leader? She is... God damn it. I can see this somewhere. It's up to... She's a scholar. Too bad not zealot. Can't rush military units from her. Okay. I am going to want to work her up there. Question is, when are we going to have the action points to support it? Maybe soonish. I think we're going to go for that still. Decent growth in here at 12. Let's get a worker here. This city needs to be building a military. I think this is going to be warrior. All right, 5 years on that. We're going to need to get a worker over there when we can. Cycle civilian unit. I have a lazy civilian unit? Yeah, I do. I don't care about the military unit particularly. I think this military unit probably should have just been camped in Carthage for the unhappiness, but we'll see. All right, so we do have the city connection because of water, which is useful. Let's see what it did for us. So we look at gold. And then we look at connected cities. +6. Okay. All right. If I get warred by Assyria on turn 4, there's probably nothing we can do about it. Turn 6, I guess. This area is from Assyria. Bring in the blah, blah, blah. Tribute should be given. They turn to your response. Pledge tribute. 6 gold and 8 fucking iron is so much, man. Execute the fools. Go to war. That's so much to begin with. Well, I guess we're going to have to pay them off. Problem is, we're going to die to them if they attack us, right? I mean, I don't know, though. I mean, last time we warred Assyria, Like, the last time we warred, it wasn't Assyria. Syria actually attacked us. When Rome warred us, they never came near us. Like, ever. And that guy just stole my fucking... God damn it. He just stole my shiny. But we can never peace them, and it costs 100. They never offered peace to us prior, and it will cost us 100 of this. I really don't think we can afford a war this early, chat. Let's see what the other pop-up is. It's time to choose your next ambition. Produce 400 iron. Control 5 military units. You have 1. 5 is a long ways away. 400 iron is possibly doable. It's a lot though. We don't need a ton of iron either. It's not like ore where you need a billion of it. Try that. Should have paid for more orders. I forgot I could do that. That's actually a really interesting point. How much is it per order if I wanted to do that? Dude, 100 fucking tech. Or 100 military. It's kind of a lot. Alright, what is going on over here? We have to make this decision. I really don't want to pay them that much. We're never going to be able to build a military unit ever again if we do that. 8 per turn. Stupid thing stealing my shiny. Feels bad. I think we're going to get wiped out if we don't. So, okay. Barb camp there. So there's a city. They've been really annoyingly aggressive about... I don't want to move my guy all the way. I think this is all the way blocked in here. Like, is this going to be part of the map generation where just like this, the far left-hand side of the map is inaccessible? Because I see mountains all the way up. Is it bug? They gave tribute to me. Did they? Is it supposed to do that? Okay. We have 2 actions left this turn. We can't bank them yet. Should get some sense of what's going on over here. We will be attacked by barbs sooner or later, right? I want to move back. Maybe. Okay. Well. Being bullied by Assyria has never been so good. Okay. Code error in your favorites, right? Alright, so our workers are needing to do things this turn. I wanted to look at what it said when I build shrines. Enables Acolyte. It does. Where are you guys getting that building an urban building expands my borders? Because I'm not actually seeing anything about border expansion on these shrines. So where did you guys get that from? Oops. It's a general rule for urban tiles. Urban tiles can only have urban improvements. Spreads borders. Each urban tile supports 2 population. Huh. It spreads tiles equals grab the tiles around them if they aren't inside borders. Oh, so it really doesn't spread borders. So I already have all these tiles. It's not going to do shit for me. It's exciting. All right, what are we likely to build when this worker's done? I don't know. I need that iron online, though. We have the tech for iron. This is 2 of 6. Okay. build on my borderlands. I can't build. I mean, I could build. And it's weird that shrines don't have adjacency bonuses. Is that adjacency requirements? Is that right? I guess they don't. So I would want to build it like there then. That's what you're telling me. Huh. What makes this